When the original seminar was canceled, I made some calls, looked at this as a real opportunity, because I love doing these. I love speaking on these issues, and I don't know how many of you all don't know me, but I exclusively practice drunk driving defense, or at least that's what I tell everybody. Lately I've been picking up some felony cases and some forfeiture and some FOIA cases and that sort of stuff, but for years I've done nothing but drunk driving and drug driving. If you would, Google plus me or follow me on Facebook. I've got this up here. This PowerPoint presentation is uploaded to the website, and I wanted to note for y'all that it's a little bit more detailed than what I'm going to be actually talking about. There's a lot of stuff that I need to gloss over in order to fit it within the time. But so I violated all the PowerPoint rules by including lots and lots of text, okay? But that's so you can go online and take a look at it and use it as like notes or something like that. So drug recognition experts are here in Michigan. We are state number 48, 49, 50, somewhere in that realm in terms of adopting this program. It's been around for a long time with a lot of the other states. If you look out to Oregon and Washington State, there's a bunch of DRE cases that are out there. This is all ancient history for these other states. And they're brand new here, and we've got, I don't remember how many, but 30 or so DREs across the state of Michigan, most of them being state troopers, okay? These are the cream of the crop, supposedly, and they're trained to do extensive drug evaluations over and above what you're used to seeing out on the roadway. The other materials that I've included online for you to take a look at, there's a cheat sheet. It's not anything official, okay? The cheat sheet, though, is going to help you go through your drug categories and the signs and symptoms so you can effectively cross-examine one of these drug recognition experts, okay? And then there's also 3 or 4 cases in there that you should read. If you want to do something like a Daubert hearing or something like that, you've got to get all of these cases and read them all so you understand what the prior decisions have been. So I've given you the good cases, okay? They're both good and bad in terms of the outcome or the decision, but it's very extensive analysis. Now, I also need to give a shout out to Tony Corrado. Tony Corrado is a retired police officer from Atlanta, Georgia. He's testified for me on numerous occasions, and he and I teach the standardized field sobriety training course together. If you have not taken the standardized field sobriety training course, then you really need to, okay? That is the building blocks for all drunk driving defense. And if you're going to effectively cross-examine a police officer in a normal garden variety drunk driving, you need to have that behind you, okay? Now, I know that a lot of you have gone out there and seen these police officers who do the alphabet and, hey, count backwards for me and blah, blah, blah. And I know that there's no Michigan judges that are going to suppress these tests, okay? I've seen the reluctance from the bench. But those are not good tests. And taking the standardized field sobriety training course will enable you to understand why they're not good tests. Now, Tony has a website, www.duiexpertwitness.com. He is extremely helpful. If you need an expert witness, I encourage you to give him a call, okay? On a drunk driving case or a drug driving case. He's been qualified up here many times. I even had it's not exactly an unpublished opinion, more of a decision letter from the Court of Appeals that told the lower court, district court way up north, you shall accept Tony Corrado as an expert witness, okay? Now, there are other resources available to you out there in terms of these drug driving cases. First and foremost is the Physician's Desk Reference Book. This is authoritative because it appears directly in the DRE training materials. There's an entire chapter dedicated to the Physician's Desk Reference Book. You might not want to buy the official one that's for doctors, but you could purchase a less expensive one that's for nurses. It's available at any bookstore, and it's a paperback. There's also Basalt. If you ever cross-examine any of the toxicologists or quote-unquote forensic scientists from Lansing on a blood case, they will be referencing Basalt, Disposition of Toxic Drugs and Chemicals in Man. That one runs you about $300, though. It's expensive, but it's very comprehensive. There's also, I wanted to mention the Darrow Criminal Defense Forum. Darrow Criminal Defense Forum was set up by me and Josh Blanchard. We had proposed the idea to CDM. Both Josh and I are board members at the Criminal Defense Attorneys of Michigan, and we proposed this idea of forming a listserv that would be a membership benefit. And there was a little bit of foot dragging on that, and Josh and I, over a couple of drinks, decided that we just break on out and do it ourselves. And so that's what we've done, is we put together this Darrow Criminal Defense listserv. You can email either one of us and get onto it as long as you are not prosecuting cases. If you're prosecuting cases, you're not allowed on it, unfortunately. And also, www.owidefenselaw.com. That is one of my many, many web pages. This one is currently in the works, though, to have comprehensive materials that deal with these drug recognition experts and standardized field sobriety tests. In other words, all of the governmental studies are going to be on there. But if you visit it today, it's in horrible shape. All right, only half of the website or half of the web page is actually up. I got a couple kids that are going to be working on it over the Christmas break, and hopefully by the new year you'll be looking at something that you can easily reference that has all of the materials that we're talking about today and a whole bunch more. Incidentally, this is the standardized field sobriety training course that I was talking about earlier. This is the course that Tony and I teach together.